pity coochie that they want to receive from these women, and then they become easy to control.
And wouldn't that be more pleasant company than a bunch of sweaty dudes? So, through a combination of fear, pity, and desire,
Ugh.
the women were able to persuade a group of lower status males to betray their higher status teammates, initially through clandestine sabotage and bad faith, and eventually through open revolt. However, by this time, the women and the betas together comprised a majority bloc, which was able to get rid of the threatening higher status men.
Mm.
And once all the alphas were gone, guess what happened?
Betrayal, baby.
The remaining women broke their alliance with the betas and voted every single one of them out of the game. After all, they were no longer useful. So the outcome the betas feared, the outcome that
They still
motivated
got
them
it.
to betray their teammates, was precisely the outcome that came to pass as a result of their betrayal. And that's how the women were able to beat out the men and win the game. They could not succeed in direct competition. They were only able to survive by turning the lower status men against the higher status men through the manipulation of fear, pity, and
As
desire.
a tool.
Pretty clever, huh?
It's clever, sure, but I think it more so represents adaptation. I think this represents evolutionary biology, representing the yin and yang, or
Shalom, shalom, all praises be to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bishimaka Kadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great most of the world. Shalom, shalom to the hopeful elect. Yeah, basically stumbled upon this video. Very interesting video. I haven't watched it completely, but I'm halfway through, as you can see there. And basically, the man in the video was describing like a social experiment show, I think called Survival, which was similar to Bear Grylls. You know, basically showing you a social experiment of how both genders survive, innit? And basically, the women were basically losing because they couldn't compete with the men in any aspect. So what the women started to do is basically, you know, started drawing out the lesser men, or the men in a lower level of status within the men group, seducing them, you know, flirtatious, you know, giving them empty promises, you know, and stuff like that, and basically cause the men to be divided and to destroy, basically sabotage themselves. And that's what wicked women do, man. Okay, wicked women like to see men destroyed, man. Obviously, there's you know, decent sisters out there, Lord willing, they're directed to the right men of the Lord. But guess what? As a man, you got to be careful out here. And this is just not necessarily about women. This is twofold, really. It's about wicked women and basically false doctrines and wickedness in general that can entice you, man. Okay? People in the world want to do what's fashionable. But what is fashionable doesn't mean that it's righteous. Yeah? In this society, scheming, adultery, you know, stunning on people, it's like the way of life, you know. But those characteristics are wicked according to the scriptures, man. But anyways, let me just get scriptures. You can watch the video yourself as well. Let me get scriptures on this. Proverbs 31:3, it says, "Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings." Yeah, that's what a woman can be powerful, man. I always said this to myself, man. Women remind me of that X-Men character called Rogue. I think Rogue means alone, I believe. Anyways, Rogue from X-Men. Now her power, she doesn't really have, well, she has a power, and her power is she absorbs your power, right? She uses your power against you. So that's what women do, because women can't compete with us. So therefore, the only way they basically stand a chance is they use through the tactics of manipulation, where the women can assault your life by, let's say, slandering you, gossiping, false accusations, infiltrating your social circles, yeah, and getting people to demonize you. And now you're living in a stressful um, societal hell. Okay, nobody wants to be around you. Maybe you won't be able to get jobs because of the stain and character assassination you received. Okay, so that's how women can destroy men. Yeah, strip you into your low point, leech off you, then dip. Yeah? Give not thy strength unto women, nor by ways to that which destroyeth kings. And it's the same thing with in this world, in Esau's kingdom, the so-called white man, starting with the elites, right? To get ahead in this world, you gotta be doing dark deeds, man, taking dirty deals. Yeah, the scripture talks about, what if a man gain the whole world but lose his own soul? You gotta sell your soul in this society to get up there. Yeah? You can't live a righteous path and be considered in this society. No. Okay, the society we live in is not based on righteousness; it's based on wickedness. The wicked thrive in this society under Esau's rulership. Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Okay. This is Proverbs 6. Start from verse 23. It says, "For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproof of instructions are the way of life." Yeah, the commandment is a lamp. The law, statute, and commandments is a lamp, right? Allows you to see what is right from wrong. Yeah, yeah, and it improves your life. It improves your life. It helps you navigate around life. Yeah, this is wisdom. Verse 24, to keep thee from the evil woman. This scripture is twofold. It uses the analogy of an evil woman, but also mainly for false and wicked doctrine. Okay, so it's twofold. So to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Yeah, flattery. In the NLT to the right, it says smooth tongue of a promiscuous woman, and that's what that woman in that social experiment survival thing was doing to the what he was saying, the beta males, the men of lesser stature. Okay, the women use flattery to seduce them. Okay, to get them on their team. That's the flattery. 25. Lost not after her beauty in thy heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Yeah, don't be mesmerized. Okay. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Yeah, destroyed. Yeah, she will destroy you. A whorish woman, man. Yeah, a soulless, heartless, whorish woman. The only thing they do is sabotage. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with what type of woman you engage with. You gotta be careful what type of people in general you engage with. Yeah, their habits, their character, their doctrines, their mindset, their baggage will cause you harm, man. Okay. Yeah. It said a whorish woman. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Yeah. And the adulterer will hunt for the precious life. Yeah. Hunt for precious life, like she will destroy you and move on. And that's what the guy said as well. Once the women got the lower level men to rebel against the the higher level men, and cause strife and contention, and let them destroy each other, they moved on. Suck you dry, soulless until you turn mummified. Verse 27, can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Yeah. Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? In other words, what? If you play with fire, you're going to get burnt. That's what the scripture is basically saying. Yeah. Yeah. So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. Yeah, that's the point really there. So yeah, when you're dealing with these false doctrines or wicked women in general, it's like playing with fire. And this is what the women did, and this is what Satan in general does in this world. Proverbs 6:16 says, "These 6 things doth the Lord Yahweh hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him." A proud look, arrogance. Okay, the Lord hates arrogance. Think you're beyond everybody, thinking that you don't need the Most High. Think you're all good by yourself, that no harm can come to you. That's proud. Pride. Pride comes before destruction. A lying tongue, always lying. Yeah, never telling the truth, never being honest. You're not a person of your word. You contradict. You're a hypocrite. Yeah, your lies get people into trouble or yourself into trouble. Okay, it's dangerous. And and hands that shed innocent blood, like Cain, the first murderer. Yeah, that's dangerous, man. And there's a lot that goes on in this world, man. A lot of innocent blood is being shed. In heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, and that's Esau. He's always in his labs, always in his secret dark meetings, thinking of new ways and plans to deceive people, man, to destroy Jake. Yeah, to project his wickedness and keep people in a dark spell. Next is feet that be swift in running to mischief. Yeah, you always want to be first to cause a problem. Yeah, always want to create danger. A false witness that speaketh lies, and he is the point here, and he that soweth discord among brethren. Madawan, Madawan, Madawa or Madawan, Madan or Madawan. And it says outline of biblical usage, strife or contention. Discord, strife. And that's what those women did in that experiment that he was explaining. Yeah. Caused the lower ranking in the hierarchy of men that were initially working together, to achieve a goal or objective, because that's the way it is. You're gonna have natural leaders, and people are gonna branch into their significant roles, man. But you see, women will play with your mind and play with your ego. Why are you listening to him? Why is he the boss of you? Hmm? Why are you not man enough? So you see, women, you got to be careful of a wicked woman. That's what a wicked woman would do. That's what Satan would do. Everybody has roles to play. Everybody has a position. It's like football. In the UK, you got a captain, you got a manager, you got a coach, you got a defender, you got a goalkeeper, midfielder, striker. Okay, everybody has to play their part. Yeah, and see it like this: you're a king or ruler in your own department, in your own domain. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Obviously, this was about women, but it's twofold. It can be in general as well, like with life, wicked people of the world and Satan in general. Yeah, man, just be careful of wicked women, man, that trying to draw you out of the truth. Anyways, with that, all praise be to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Rakakadash, double honor to the elders, apostles of great most, and the rule well. Shalom to the elect, shalom.